Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention, like, I got this grandma, and she's, like, really awesome and stuff. She's kind of a technologically advanced grandma or whatever. But, like, stupid computer. But, like, they're, you might be going, that's great, Sarah, for life, but why should I care about your stupid grandma? And the correct answer is, like, well, you probably don't. But, like, the real correct answer for the purposes of this video is that, like, she is a scary good Minesweeper player. Like, she can win a good 40–50% of the time, which, if you've ever played Minesweeper, like Bo Rizzle, you would know that that's a pretty big deal, because, like, just about every game you're going to have to guess. You're going to have to pick this square or this square, and if you pick wrong, then you're stuck with a mine, and then you have to play all over again, and that's very bad. But, like, she's a really good Minesweeper player. Like, so she's one of my Minesweeper playing buddy, and she like taught me how to play the game. And I don't think I know which one I'm supposed to do. It's like, oh, is it this one? Is it this one? I don't know. This is horrible. Okay, this is horrible. But anyway, shoot, I'm just gonna. You see what I'm talking about? You have to guess. It's like you can't be 100% positive that you're right. You know, like you just. I have no idea what to do here. Like, I'm just gonna pick one, and then that's gonna be enough. But, yeah. So anyway, like, so one time when I was like 8 or something, I was like, hey grandma, I just beat the game on like medium or whatever. Sorry, this computer is like filled of viruses and crap. But like, hey grandma, I just beat the game on like medium, or maybe it was easy because I was like 8 or something. It's just like, oh, that's great, Matt Sans Sarah for life. But you know, Callie could, okay, fine. I gotta tell you about Callie. She was grandma's like little cat. You know, it was a calico cat. That's why it was named Callie. Like, I have no idea why grandma didn't bother giving her a more creative name, but that's okay. But like, Callie was like a sweet little swishy tail and like sandpaper tongue and eyes that glow in the dark. I mean, you know, typical cat stuff, typical adorable, super kawaii cat stuff. But like, she. Oh wait, maybe the reason the cat had such a crappy name was that like she belonged to grandma's two youngest granddaughters, and like, you know. Oh, I gotta tell you about them too. The granddaughters are like completely. Well, now they're like the sweetest little things in the entire world, but like the younger one decided to go through a little phase where she was gonna be absolutely horrible to everyone for like no reason at all. Like one time, she went over to a friend's house, or like went over to her house or whatever, and like a typical 5, 6, 4, 7, I don't know how old you're old. When the kid's mom, when her friend's mom came over to pick her friend up, like her friend started crying or something, and then my cousin said to her like, "Oh, look at the poor crybaby crying." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I get it that like girls are occasionally gonna be kind of catty or whatever, but like that's just not normal, sweet little girl behavior." But yeah. Oh, and another time, like she was out for a walk with her mom or whatever, and like she got mad for whatever reason. She was like, "Hey, look, there's an ant pile," you know, because she was walking by an ant pile. "Hey, look, there's an ant pile. Maybe you'll step on it and they'll bite you and you'll die." And I'm like, what the heck? How do you even know that? But I mean, you know, maybe the reason they know that was because like her parent, you know, their parents were like not all that great to each other. Like, and the dad was always running and stuff, and then like eventually they just sort of drifted apart, which caused a whole bunch of controversy in our family because we are good Catholics, and good Catholics don't do that. Like, the idea of people's not being as strong as they were in the beginning, like because they change or whatever, is completely foreign to us. Because when you enter into a marriage, it's like a permanent contract. Because like what God put together, like no man could put it asunder or like whatever. So yeah, and like now there's still a whole bunch of drama and stuff. Like the kids are bouncing back and forth between the mom and the dad, and like the dad brings girlfriends over and stuff, and the mom is finding like full custody of all the kids and everything, and like it's a big old mess. But like now I have no idea how, but like the girls have kept growing and kept getting better and everything. Because I guess well, maybe it helps when there's like a little bit of trauma that's not completely horrible that they don't understand. It's like all that, big of a deal. So, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'm not really in that. I'm not in that family 24/7, so I'm not really in a good place to judge. But like, oh my gosh, this video is getting like really, really long and stuff. So like, maybe I should. I'm gonna have to speed up this video. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna speed up the talking or anything. I'm just gonna like, oh, when it gets back, I'm going to in post-production, I know, right? I mean, like, I haven't even bothered doing any post-production at all, but, like, I'm gonna have to for this one. Like, I'm gonna have to speed up the video, so, like, that's why my voice is gonna be really high and, like, really, fast. But anyway, like, back to this family, like, that was, like, a whole bunch of drama and stuff, and, like, I guess everything's, like, better now or whatever, and, but yeah, what was the point? Oh, so, like, yeah, Callie was like Grandma's little cat, so she was like, "Oh, that's great, Sans Sarah for life." But Callie could beat this game, and I'm like, "Great, that's nice, Grandma. That totally wasn't a horrible thing to say at all." And she's like, "Oh, that was kind of horrible, wasn't it? I'm sorry." And then I was like, "Oh, that's okay, Grandma. I love you because you're awesome. Because she is awesome. Like, she has all these wonderful stories about what life was like back then. Like, she grew up north or whatever, and like." You know how there's this whole stereotype about the South being raced against those niggers and spics and taking jobs and everything. Well, apparently back then it was really bad up north too. Like there were these little pieces of candy or whatever. They were black licorice candy, and they were coated in sugar because what self-respecting little kid is going to eat just plain old black licorice? I mean, it's icky and nasty. But like one time there were these little pieces of candy. Crap, I have to guess again. This is bad. But yeah, they're little pieces of candy, and they were made in the shape of babies. And she's like, "Okay, little Sans Sarah for life, because you're like 5 or 6 or whatever. Can you guess what these little pieces of candy were called?" And I'm like, "I don't know, candy babies." And she was like, "No, they were called nigger babies." I'm like, "Wow, that's like, I don't even know what that means." And then she's like, "Oh, you should ask your daddy." And I was like, "Daddy, what does that mean?" And he was like, "I'm not going to tell you. I'm not even going to go there." But like, yeah, another time she was like, "Okay, you know that rhyme, eeny, meeny, miny, moe?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "It's actually, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a nigger by the toe." And then like, people decided, "Oh my gosh, that's actually very bad." Because it is very bad, because you're not supposed to say that at all. So, they decided to change it over time to something with like, most of the same letters. And, oh my gosh, I just realized we only have 10 minutes left. Isn't that exciting? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, right now you have no idea. But yeah. And, like, my grandpa is actually, like, from Texas. Lived all of his life there. And, like, that's kind of neat. But, it was people were pretty racist down south, too, I guess. Because, like, he had, like, one black friend, and that was a pretty big deal at the time. Like, you didn't really associate with black people if you were white. And people were like, "What the hell? How can you possibly have a black friend?" And he's like, "Well, I just like him. We go fishing and stuff or whatever." And, so, like, Grandpa, that, like, he would have him over to dinner and stuff. And, like, he would feed him with a chipped plate. Because, he's not going to eat off of a chipped plate. It's a way of identifying what it was and everything. And he would eat in the back room, like, away from him. And, like, oh my gosh, I just totally won. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's awesome. Anyway, let me just drag the little "I win, I'm amazing" screen over here. And then, yeah, here we go. And, oh, snap, don't pay attention to my record. I'm going to have to edit that. So it says games played like 1, games won 1, percentage 100%. But yeah, bye.